Shut up and sit down.
Welcome back, friends. I'm Simon.
I'm Ellie.
And if you enjoy our videos, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell thing. That would be very kind of you indeed. And it's been a minute since we covered anything out of Hollywood. Honestly, there hasn't been anything that's really got me that excited, but this movie does. Now, as you know, we are huge Nicolas Cage fans, to the point where our 2022 New Year's Eve party was a Nicolas Cage party. Our son and I actually cut out pictures of Nicolas Cage's face and hid them all over the house, so Ellie and our youngest is still finding them hidden all over the place. In that New Year's Eve party, we watched a movie called Vampire's Kiss, which, if you've not seen it, it is probably the pinnacle of Nicolas Cage being Nicolas Cage.
I couldn't think of a more horrible job if I wanted to. And you have to do it. You have to, or I'll fire you. Do you understand?
It is a batshit crazy movie. And in that movie, he's a rich guy who believes that he's been bitten by a vampire, gets some horrible plastic vampire teeth, and runs around going absolutely out of his mind.
I'm a vampire! 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 I'm a vampire!
In this movie, Renfield, that we're just about to cover, we get to see Nicolas Cage play Dracula. So a lot of parallels. I'm hoping he doesn't have terrible plastic teeth, but I am hoping he gives us the kind of over-the-top acting performance that Nicolas Cage is known for so far. I must say, though, I'm a little skeptical because this is a comedy, and I think it takes a lot to get horror and comedy, that blend. I think it takes a lot to get that right. But if anyone can pull that off, looming over them like the Dracula he's playing, it's got to be Nicolas Cage, right? So we're going to go jump into the trailer right now. If you want to see what we think about it, then stick around until the end. But for now,
Let's go.
let's do this.
Sorry to interrupt. Are you okay? I need to get out of a toxic relationship.
Uh-oh. Think we know who it's going to be with.
Telling us what brought you here.
My boss, he's different.
You can't get him out of your head.
No.
I need your assistance.
I'm coming, Master! Oh, you feel like he could destroy you with the snap of his fingers.
Wouldn't even need to snap.
Oh, man.
Okay.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, what?
Renfield.
Oh.
Innocent victims. I want a handful of nuns, a busload of cheerleaders.
And I just want a normal life again.
But this modern world is a dangerous place.
Thank you. You saved my life. Did I watch you cut a guy with a decorative serving platter?
It's in the wrist.
Let me explain.
My boss gave me this power. In return, I tend to his needs, including care, feeding.
You bring him people to eat? You're like the guy that gets the villain's Postmates.
But if you were to stop focusing on his needs, what would happen?
He won't grow to full power.
Exactly. He won't grow to full power. What? That's so weird. Why would you phrase it like that? But yes. Hi. Are you here for the meeting? Well, come on.
No! Some call me the Dark One. Others, the Lord of Death. To most, I am Black.
Okay. Obviously, we're dealing with a little bit more than just narcissism here.
Now, let's eat.
Oh, fantastic. Oh my goodness. So the trailer for Renfield, we know Renfield from the Bram Stoker novels where he was kind of this groveling character who really was just getting the villain's Postmates. But in this movie, he seems to have some very different powers and be a very different character and seem to be in a romantic relationship with Awkwafina. But what did you think of the trailer?
It is a whole lot. I feel like I need to watch it a few more times to fully absorb it. My initial thought is, I love that they've opened it with a therapy session. I really love that as kind of a fun concept for exploring different sides of a very familiar story. We all know the Dracula story to an extent. We know the Renfield story, kind of however you absorb any of your Dracula mythology, even if it's, you know, comics, whatever. We know that kind of story, but exploring it through a therapy session, especially group therapy, is so funny. I think it really enables you to unpick more of Renfield's inner life. What I would really love is if once Dracula has entered the therapy session, instead of going crazy and eating everybody, if they manage to persuade him to sit down and engage with it a little bit, that would be amazing. I really hope they do that.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of blown away that such a thing exists as a therapy session where you can go and complain about your abusive boss. But I'm not naming any names here, clearly. But I think we all have experienced that kind of a boss in our lives where it would be very, very healthy to go sit in a circle with people and rant about him. I actually, you know what was ironic was we watched Morbius recently and had very low expectations going in. We skipped it completely in the theaters and just watched it on demand. I didn't actually think it was that bad. Maybe because our expectations were so low, it barely exceeded them. But I gotta say, Renfield as a character seems kind of cooler than Morbius as a character, and has a lot in common. I really like this whole concept that in the books he would eat spiders and things, and the blood is the life was his motto. Here, the blood is kind of the power, and just eating a spider gives him some kind of a superpower where he leaps around all over the place. I like it that Dracula seems to be incredibly powerful and really cool as well. Nicolas Cage in that role just looks fantastic. I've got to say though, like on a scale of, I don't know, Raising Arizona to Vampire's Kiss, this is probably the lower end of the crazy Nicolas Cage performances that we've seen just based on the few lines of dialogue in this trailer. This to me probably doesn't look like a Nicolas Cage movie as much as it is a Renfield movie where Nicolas Cage has a part in it, if you know what I mean. But I got to say, the action I thought looked really, really cool. I think the comedy looks like it could actually work, the blend of horror and comedy. It kind of looks like it may be something of a PG-13. It doesn't look super adult. And I think if it is, that could be a wise move. Like, we've seen movies like Scream do very well in that rating in the past. If this hits a similar blend of horror and comedy to Scream, this could be a huge, huge sleeper of a success.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I think attaching great names to it, like Nicolas Cage, like Awkwafina, I think could lure a few more people into the box office and spread by word of mouth. And I don't know, I'm actually really, really excited to see this.
I'm desperate to see this. I might even go see it at the theatre.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Well, hey, thank you to everyone who tipped us off that Renfield was coming out. We really hope you enjoyed our reaction. And if you did, we'll see you very soon, friends, on the next Nerd Safari.
Peace out, nerds.
Shut up and sit down.